All right, Moe's Tube. I am here on this 1972 Mercury Cougar. This is the rear axle third member replacement, and I wanted to speed things up and get down to it. So this is on a Ford 9-inch, and what I have here is a 275 gear ratio, and I'm upgrading to a 370. I already took off all the nuts all the way around. These two you're going to have to tackle with a wrench. You're going to use your box end first to start breaking it loose. After you get so far out, you're going to have to use the open end. The reason for that is this area here will block you from getting your wrench off. The other tips I wanted to let you know about is cleaning it with a wire brush before you remove it, so that way you get all the debris off of here prior to getting it all wet with the gear oil. The other thing I wanted to show you, I did one right here. I just wanted to show you that it can be taken off with a chisel. Well, I lost that piece, but use a hammer and a chisel, work it around, and you're able to go ahead and get some of it to split. Once it splits, you're able to, yeah, there it is right there. Nothing but copper, and they're crush washers. So once they crush, as you're torquing it down, it applies your torque evenly around the housing. So what I'm going to do now is remove the remainder of them. And once I get those loose, I'll come back to show you how I separate it and allow the fluid to drain in the catch can just below. And from there, it's just going to be a real heavy pig carrier. There's my drain can right underneath. And as you can see, it has been leaking, and suspecting here pinion seal, and it's just been collecting down here and then down onto the ground. Go ahead and pause this video and I'll be back briefly. Alright, Moe's Tube, I'm back. I got a lot of these washers off, as you can see, all the way up, except for where that one fastener is up there. And I do have one more right where that fastener is. And as soon as I take those ones off, I'll give this carrier a good pry, and we'll get all that fluid to come out a little faster than what the heck it's coming out right now. But let's, just for shits, let's see what's going down, because the gasket is what's holding it amongst the those washers. It's gonna drip out of here like honey for a while, a great while. So that's why you don't immediately want to just remove this thing just completely off. Otherwise you're going to end up with one hell of a mess. I prefer the open top drain pans over these sealed ones, but no biggie. I'm just going to have to wipe off the top of it as well. There it goes. So I got both the axles out. We'll go take a peek at that real quick, show you guys while this thing drips. I'm sure you don't want to watch paint dry. All right, and here you go, straight through. One thing I want to mention is, once you actually have these bolts loose and the axle out, you could take this backing plate off. You could disassemble the brake assembly and scrub this all down, do a good thorough cleaning, and then go ahead and prime it, paint it, and then that way you could avoid it from rusting out. You can see here I got some surface rust all over it, but no holes all the way around. It's pretty sealed. Haven't really driven the car much. When I first bought it back in 2004. Let's see. and you can see some rust around the quarter panels. That's the 72 green interior, hunter green. It's original to when it was born, Dearborn, Michigan. You can see the driver's seat got a lot of wear. Passenger seats, see, all original. It's the XR7. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video and get the axle out of there, or once I'm actually bringing it down, so that way you guys get to see it. I got some more of these washers off. This is it right here. I want to see about maybe obtaining some new ones. That way we can apply torque all the way around equally. As you can see here, it's tripping pretty good. Steady speed. Let's see if I can get it to separate a little further. I'm going to grab a pry bar real quick. Alright. And I left those two, or the one bolt and then the other copper washer up there, just because I didn't want this thing to just up and fall right off. Might need a thinner tipped pry bar. I don't know if I can get in here. Oh, man. It's gonna drain for a while, I guess. You can still hear it splashing around. Well, all right, there we go. Pry bar got in. Ooh, that was a good save. As you can see, it gets real messy. You want to avoid from any of this getting all over. You just keep the drain pan close by. Some rags as well, in case you need them for your hands. And I anticipate this is probably gonna do this for a good half hour. That's why I say I'll pause the video, come back when I'm ready to actually take the whole unit out. As soon as I get that far with it, I'll be back to definitely get some footage for you guys. I did take off the copper rings, or the washers, all the way around from about this high to over there, and there's maybe about 2 or 3, and I was able to work this unit off of there. You probably don't even have to take them all off. Could have probably even left those 2 on the bottom, shimmied it from the side, and it would have popped right off just the same. So we're just gonna let it go and drain, and I'll pause the video and I'll be back shortly.